channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Maya, and today I'm going to be doing another album review. So I've done a couple of videos like this. I've done ranking Taylor Swift's Lover album, and I've done like a review video, which was pretty much different from that, on Morgan Wallen's One Thing at a Time. This is pretty much the same thing as the first one I did with Lover. I'm going to be ranking all the songs on Taylor Swift's Midnight album. So for those of you who don't know, or if you just haven't got around to it yet, Taylor Swift put out Midnights. I'm not sure exactly when. I want to say it was either the end of March or somewhere in the beginning of April. But I mean, I'm not like her biggest fan, but I do love her music. So I thought it would be fun to do it again with her Midnights album. But really quickly, before we start, I want to show you something I created in the honor of her album. So I have a gratitude journal, and I don't use it enough, but I'm trying to get back into it. And today, for my gratitude page, I write down 5 things I'm grateful for, and it can be literally anything. So today, I named 5 of my favorite songs from this album, and I decorate each page with stickers. So this is my page dedicated to her Midnights album. So, in case you can't read it, the top 5 songs, well, I'm not going to tell you that, but I'll show you the rest of it. Anyway, so I got a Paris. I got the Eiffel Tower because there's a song called Paris in her album, so that's why I got a couple of Paris stickers. And then I put Meet Me in Midnight because I thought that'd be cute since that's the name of the album. And then I just put the 13 up here because that's her lucky number, as you know. And then I just put in another little sticker just for, you know, looks and cuteness. And I put a little heart here as well. And that is my gratitude page in honor of Midnights. So now I'm going to hop right into this video, but really quickly I want to disclaim I do not hate this album at all. I actually really enjoyed it, but it was not my favorite. But I will get into the whole entirety of it in a minute. So let's hop right into it, and I'm going to rank all of them. So Midnights had 20 tracks. At number 20, my least favorite was Maroon. I didn't hate the song, but I just didn't love it either. It was like, you know how that lyric from one of her songs that goes, it's not love, it's just hate. It's not hate, it's just indifference. I think that's what it is here, indifference. It's not my favorite. I mean, because like out of all the albums, out of all of the tracks in this album, that'd be the one I would know for sure. I'd probably skip almost every time just because I'm not a big fan of it. I didn't have much thoughts on that. So moving on to number 19. At number 19, I have Question, because this wasn't my favorite. You know, she actually has, not just from this album, but from all of her albums, she has like some songs that I really enjoy and some that I don't enjoy as much as others. Like she'll have like really popular songs like The Way I Loved You or Better Than Revenge, stuff like that. But then she has other songs that I enjoy, but not as much, and this is one of them. Mostly because I just didn't vibe with this song that much, and I really didn't have a lot of comments on this. Besides that, it wasn't my favorite. And the only other thing I want to say about this song is that it was alright. Like I said, it wasn't my favorite, but you know, I still enjoyed the tune of it. But the last thing I will say before I move on is that in general, I thought this album was going to have a bunch of like bangers, kind of like the ones I just mentioned, like that were older songs but popular, you know, like Better Than Revenge and The Way I Loved You and stuff like that. But to me, when I listened to this album, it wasn't like that. They were all more like slow paced and lyrical songs. That's the best way to describe that. So next, at number 18, we have High Infidelity. I didn't hate this song either, but there are 20 songs, and I had to rank them as best as I could. And yes, I did enjoy this song, but I enjoyed the rest of them way more than that one. That's why it's at 18. But I do remember it had a great tune that I really loved, and the lyrics were pretty good as well. So moving on. At 17, we have You're On Your Own, Kid. Now, I didn't hate this song either, but it just was a lower rated song because of the fact that there are a good bit of songs on this album, and I had to do my best to pick which ones I liked the most and which ones I didn't like as much. And it was enjoyable. I did enjoy the song, but like I said, it wasn't my favorite. So moving on to number 16. Okay, number 16 was Dear Reader. I really did kind of want to have this song in the top 15, but I was thinking about it as I was ranking these, and I decided to keep it at 16 because it does at least deserve to be in the top, you know, 20. Which is, well, I mean, there are 20 songs, but you get what I'm saying. It's higher than the last few that I've just talked about. But I did enjoy the song. It was very pretty. I love the lyrics. It was just, I don't know, not only this song, I'm going to say this a lot, but this is just such a lyrical album, and that was one of the most lyrical songs I've heard on there. So it was really pretty. And moving on. I'm not going to ramble on this next song. It is number 15, Labyrinth. And I honestly don't know if I'm saying that right, but all I have to say for this song is, really, I had no thoughts on this, really. It was fine. I didn't hate it, but I just didn't have any comments on this song. So let's move on to 14 before I keep talking. Number 14, we have Would've, Could've, Should've. Now, this was a great song. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I really didn't know what I was expecting, but it was a really good song. I enjoyed it. It was such a really pretty song with beautiful lyrics, and not only that, but, you know, maybe I didn't vibe with it like I do with some songs, but maybe this album isn't meant to vibe to. Maybe it's more of like lyrical in the sense that she had something to tell us. Maybe she had like a deep meaning for these songs. But anyway, like I said, number 14, Would've, Could've, Should've. Such a pretty song, and that's all I have to say about that. Number 13, we have Mastermind. Like I said, this is not my favorite song ever, but it's still a good song. The main thing I have to say is it was a decent song, yes, but also I really did enjoy the chorus. The chorus of the song was really pretty. And moving on to number 12. At number 12, we have Glitch, and I love this song. It's really good, but it wasn't good enough for me to put in the top 10 because there were other songs that were better than this, obviously. But number 12, we have Glitch, and the main thing I have to say about this was I love the sense of it being called Glitch, and like when you hear the song, it starts out and it like the song is glitching, obviously, because it's called Glitch. So I like the sense of that. And then it was just a great song, you know. It was really pretty, and not only that, but I really listened to these lyrics and they sounded really cool, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. So at number 11, okay, for number 11, I'm going to make this quick because I didn't have a lot of thoughts on this one either. It was nice, it was pretty, but that's pretty much all I have to say. It was not like the best song for me to vibe to, but I enjoyed it, and it is Bejeweled. Like I said, it is a pretty song, but that's really all I have to say. So moving on to number 10, we have Anti-Hero. Now, I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this being midway in between all 20 songs, but I thought number 10 would be the best place to put Anti-Hero because I do enjoy it, but it's not my all-time favorite song from the album. The reason I put it at number 10 is because I do enjoy it, but that song is probably the most popular from the album because it's been played the most, like on the radio and TikTok and all over the place, stuff like that, right? So because of that, I've heard the song, maybe not a million times, but I've heard it so many times. And I don't know about you, but whenever I hear a song so many times, after a while, it gets kind of old. And I'm not saying this song has got old, but after hearing this song so much, it just wasn't my favorite. But I think number 10 was the best place to place this song. Number 9, we have The Great War. I'm going to say a few things and then we're going to move on to the next one because like I said, I don't want to rant too much. So the first thing I want to say about The Great War is just the other day I was watching TikTok and I saw this thing that had to do with this, and it said Friends, you know, the TV show Friends, obviously, predicted a Taylor Swift song. And so I don't remember exactly what Phoebe said, but she said something about The Great War, and then it was like saying, oh, it predicted Taylor Swift's song, which is one of her new songs on this album. So I wanted to say that. I honestly don't know where it's at, but honestly, go on TikTok and probably just search something like Friends predicted Taylor Swift or The Great War Friends or something, and I'm sure it'll pull up because that's what I'm talking about. If you want to find out, just go look it up. And then the next thing I want to say is, it wasn't my favorite song, obviously, but it was still a really good song. This was one of the prettier songs to me. It was really enjoyable to listen to, and I did love the lyrics. So moving on to number 8. Number 8, we have Sweet Nothing. This is actually one of the prettiest songs I've ever heard by Taylor. It is like very soothing. I'm not even kidding. It's like so soothing. It feels like a relaxing song you could just like fall asleep to, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? And not only that, like I said, it was such a beautiful song, great lyrics, one of the like smoothest, nicest, lyricalist. I don't even know, is that even a word? It was such a lyrical song, great lyrics, I just said lyrics. Great lyrics, great tune. Everything about this song was amazing. I honestly If I could, I probably would rank it higher, but I accept and I'm fine with it being an 8, but it's such a great song. I knew this had to be in the top 10. At number 7, we have the song Vigilant, and then the S word, I don't cuss, so that's what that song is called. But that's what the song is called, and I enjoy this song. This was honestly one of my absolute favorite songs from this album. This was probably the one song I could definitely vibe to. I love the chorus. It was so good. My favorite line is that whole like chorus part where it's like, I don't dress for women, I don't dress for men. Lately I've been dressing for revenge. I don't know. It was just a really good song that I really enjoyed and that I'm probably going to love for a long time. And I am very excited to learn the lyrics. And moving on to number 6. Number 6 is Snow on the Beach. This was such a gorgeous song. Like I say all the time, I always repeat the same kind of stuff for different songs, but I'm serious when I say this album with such lyrical songs, and this is one of them. Snow on the Beach was such a gorgeous song. I figured it would be one of my favorites, and it is. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it into the top 5, but we have it at number 6 because it is amazing. I love this song, and I can't wait to listen to it, probably on the beach, because, I mean, it's called Snow on the Beach, so why not listen to it there? Alright, moving on to number 5, which is Lavender Haze. This is one of my all-time favorite songs from this album because, like I said, I don't hate this album at all, but it's just not one of my favorite albums by her. But I do love Lavender Haze. I will never skip that song because it's amazing. I honestly, for the longest time when I was trying to rank these songs, it took me a few days to actually like rank these and get them where I wanted. But for the first couple days when I was trying to do this, I thought this was gonna be my number 1 song, but I did have a few songs that beat this, but it's still such a great song. So one of the songs I most highly recommend is Lavender Haze because I love it so much. Next song we have is number 4, and it is Paris. Now, the first time I listened to this song, I didn't think much of it. I thought this is pretty, but it's not what I expected. It's all right. But the second time I listened to it, which was actually earlier today, I really enjoyed it, and I honestly would say this is one of my favorite songs from this album. And I don't know, I just like the idea of the song being called Paris and it talking about Paris as well. Or maybe, I can't remember the lyrics exactly. It may not have talked about Paris completely, but it was such a pretty song and I love it. I love songs about Paris and other places that are, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, it's just a good song and I like it. So, moving on to number 3, which is Karma. I absolutely love this song. I knew this was going to have to be in the top 3 because this song was amazing. Like, I don't know all the lyrics, but the one lyric I know from the chorus, I would always be singing, and I can always vibe to that song. And Karma, just a good song, you know, and it wasn't what I expected either. Like, if you go in the comments on the Karma video under the album, well, it's not like a music video, but like if you go on the YouTube and you search up her album Midnights and you click on Karma, if you look at the comments, some people agree and they'll say like, this isn't what I expected, but it is like a really good song. It is. I love this song and I can always vibe to it, like I said. But let me know if you like Karma, and let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is Bigger Than the Whole Sky, and words cannot express how much I love this song. This was such a gorgeous, gorgeous song. I couldn't get over how beautiful it was. It had one of the most prettiest melodies ever. The lyrics were amazing, and I just couldn't get over how good it was. So, number 2 is Bigger Than the Whole Sky because, I mean, it's that good. I'm sorry. And at number 1, we have Midnight Rain. Oh my gosh, guys, this is amazing. I love this song. It is my favorite song. It is so gorgeous, and I don't know what it is about this song, but it's just like the best in my opinion. And I love this song for so many reasons. It's so gorgeous, and it's probably one of the top most lyrical songs in this album. So now that I have talked about the songs individually, I'm going to really quickly review the whole album in its entirety. I don't hate it, obviously, but it's not my favorite because she has several albums, obviously, because she's very good. No hate to her at all because I love Taylor. Taylor's probably one of my all-time favorite singers besides Morgan Wallen right now. And so, that being said, I do enjoy this album. Like I said, it's not my favorite, but you know, I'd probably put it in the top 10 of her albums, because I think there's at least 10 or 11 of her albums. I can't remember exactly, but like I said, it's enjoyable, but it's not my favorite, just because there are other albums that I enjoy better, where they're like a bunch of songs I know better, and not only the fact that I know them, but like I vibe to those songs more. This album was more like soothing, relaxing, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but maybe I feel like this song is more of like more much, not saying she wasn't mature, but like a more mature Taylor album, where it's like, you know, telling a story maybe, or like maybe that the fact that it's like, I don't know, I feel like maybe it's just me, but I feel like this album has like a bunch of songs that like must mean a lot to her, that like tell a story, you know what I mean? Like the Great War and stuff like that, they tell stories, I feel like. And so I do enjoy this album. It is not my favorite, like I said, but I do enjoy it. So to finish up this video, I want to say I love Taylor, and maybe she'll see this one day, but probably not. But if you do, I love your albums, Taylor. You're amazing. I love all of your songs. And if you ever do watch this, even though you probably won't, I do want to say my all-time favorite song by you is Paper Rings. I like give you props to that song. It's so good. Literally, chef's kiss. I love it. Thank you for writing Paper Rings. Anyway, so like I said, I enjoyed this album, and that was my top 20 songs in Midnight Rain. And to finish up, I wanted to show you one more time the Midnights page I created, so now you can see it. So it says my top 5 songs are obviously Midnight Rain, Bigger Than the Whole Sky, and I actually flip-flop these in here, but number 3 is supposed to be Karma, and then number 4 is supposed to be Paris, but I switched them in here. And at number 5 we have Lavender Haze, because I absolutely love that song. So this, and then like I said, down here it says Meet Me at Midnight, and I put 12 a.m. because I thought, why not? And these are my cute little stickers. Oh yeah, and then I wrote right here, it's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me, because that's one of my favorite lyrics from this album. And yeah, so like I said, my final thoughts about this album, I will tell you, are my top, like, I know these are my top favorite songs, but like if I had to pick 3 songs from this album to recommend to you, I would probably say Midnight Rain, Karma, and Lavender Haze, because those are my 3 favorite songs that just like I can vibe to, and they're literally amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, but don't forget to smash the like button. Comment down below what your favorite song from this album is, and if you haven't listened to it yet, listen to it and let me know what your favorite is. And anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to add me on my socials, and like I said, subscribe if you want to. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.